Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Her Data Talks. It has been a minute, but we're back. I'm Danushki, and I've got my co-host Jennifer with me. Jennifer, do you want to introduce our special guest today?
Yes, I'm so excited to introduce everyone today. We are talking with Lisa Trescott. And if everyone doesn't know Lisa, she was one of the finalists in the Tableau Iron Viz competition this year. And we are so excited for you, Lisa. So yeah, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit on how you even got involved with Tableau in the first place?
Sure. So I learned about Tableau about 4 years ago when I was in the job interview for my current job. So they mentioned that they had just recently purchased Tableau to kind of, help get, or I work at a college, so help, disseminate information to folks around campus. And, I kind of smiled and nodded like, oh, that's great. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have to Google what Tableau is. Which I did. And then when I got the job, I just started learning it, as I went. I did all of the, Tableau training, sing-songy videos that they have out there, and just kind of learned as I was on the job. And then I guess around like the end of last year, beginning of this year, I felt like I had a really strong grasp on Tableau and, using it for work and all the data models we use for work. And so I kind of felt like, oh, if I want to keep growing and learning and enhancing my skills, I might want to start doing some of the community projects. And so that's kind of when I started branching out from work and business dashboards to kind of the more fun side projects like lip syncs. So
love it.
That's awesome.
In March to kind of get more involved and to submit like a real world fake data dashboard. And that's really kind of when it all started for me.
That's so exciting.
That's so cool.
I think I love it all the more that you're one of the finalists and you've been using Tableau for quite some time, but you've only been active with the Tableau public community for a short time. What a great entrance into the community. Like, wow, fantastic.
Yeah. It's a little intense, so I'm not gonna lie.
I will tell you, just so you know, intense probably at this stage, but super supportive if you haven't come to realize that yet. So hopefully before the actual Iron Viz competition, you'll see that it has such a strong, tremendous support behind you.
I've definitely seen that. I honestly wouldn't have even entered Iron Viz if it hadn't been for support in the community. Because I remember when it was announced, seeing like, oh, Iron Viz this year is data plus joy, and I thought, oh, how cool for other people who are super experienced to Iron Viz.
And here you are.
I know. And then I saw Sarah Bartlett's blog post about like, anyone should do this. You should just enter, just go for it because you're going to learn and you're going to meet people. And it was just super encouraging and supportive. And so I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm just going to do it. And here I am.
And there's nothing to lose, right? I mean, either way, you have fun along the way. So with that, tell us a little bit about your Iron Viz experience, where the inspiration came from. You mentioned Sarah's blog about entering, and talk us a little bit through that.
Yeah, so I mean, I probably wouldn't have even entertained entering if it weren't for her blog post and for seeing everyone on Twitter being so just supportive and encouraging of do it for the first time. And like you said, you're not going to lose anything. You're going to learn and you're going to grow. So there's no risk involved. So yeah, and then when I saw the topic, I had actually already been thinking about visiting about the lip syncs because I had been watching the most recent season of Drag Race and just noticing like, hey, Simone keeps winning and she's not doing anything, like she's not doing splits and she's not doing flips or anything. And then I didn't see any wig reveals, which are super popular, where a queen takes her wig off and there's a whole new wig underneath, which, it became very popular. And so I thought, that's really weird. Like, I wonder what other trends there are in lip syncs. And so when the theme was announced, I thought, well, this is a great opportunity for me to go back and watch all those lip syncs and find out what trends there are and what queens are doing. So
what a great excuse to go rewatch it.
I know.
What's so funny is sitting and we were looking through all of the entries this year, and it was so much fun to sit and do that with Tanushki and Kevin, and we came across yours, and it was just like your design elements of it. Like, I've never seen the show, but instantly was able to kind of connect and understand the show just by looking at your design process and so many unique pieces. And anyways, so yeah, we're
I resonated with you when you looked at, you were kind of analyzing a show by yourself, and you're like, okay, maybe I should visit about this. That is exactly how I did the Bake Off. I was like, I wonder if I could predict this and be able to beat my fiance in this little competition that we have within ourselves. And what better way to do it than create a visualization for her? So totally.
And I feel like that's the best thing about Tableau and analysis is you can just ask your own questions and then go get the answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's the best part about like the Tableau public community, because you can have fun and play with it, right? So
yeah,
never would I have the opportunity to create visualizations like I've done about Glee or like the drag show or Danushki's Bake Off, but it's what a great place to be. So awesome.
Yeah, so with that, you are going into the TC-ish finals for Iron Viz, which is so nerve-wracking and gives me like the EBGBs, but I cannot wait to see you perform up there. But did you know, fun fact, that out of all of the Iron Viz history, there have been 39 finalists, right? We've had with Iron Viz Global and Iron Viz Europe, there have been 39 finalists, and out of them there have been 6 women. Just 6 women out of the 39.
I did not
know that. You are going to be lucky number 7.
Ooh, okay.
I know.
Exciting.
It's already a good thing. I feel like I was reading that as Tanushki was putting some of that together, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is super exciting. No pressure, but like
no pressure.
But what a wonderful thing. Like, regardless of outcome, it's like you're one of 7 women. 7. That's fantastic to represent another female this year. So I'm super proud and excited for you, regardless.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope I do the gender proud.
Yeah.
You already have.
Yeah.
You already have.
You already won.
I know. It feels like that. It feels like anything after this is just like a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting. So what are your plans for the finals? Have you started preparing? What does that look like? Have you gotten any next steps yet?
We have
give away any secrets.
Yeah. Yeah. So at first, I started reading kind of some of the old blogs that other finalists had put out, kind of what they did to prepare. And I think it was Christian Felix who was really pro learning Tableau prep, because that's not something we use for where we don't have it. And so it's not something I'm very familiar with. And so I started learning prep. So the last weekend, I pretty much just spent the whole weekend on my computer learning all the ins and outs of prep so that I'd be ready to clean and prepare the data when we get it. And Tableau's been great too, because I reached out to them and they gave all the finalists a temporary license to prep so that we could all have access to the same tool. So that was really great. They've been really supportive. And then I also checked a book out from the library about data storytelling. So I don't, get better at storytelling, because I feel like that's not something I typically do with my, my day-to-day work. Definitely. I feel like that's probably my weakest spot. So I started doing just a little bit more from that, and then just going around, looking through Tableau public viz to get inspired by things. But, before you have the data, I don't know, there's not a ton you can really prepare for.
Right. It's more of like, do I have the tools? Do I know the resources? Like people in the community that you can reach out to that might be able to help you. There's certainly an ample amount of people in the Tableau prep world that could help you. Jenny Martin that we talked to?
That's right.
That was super fantastic teaching us Tableau prep. So yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and watch that video then.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. I think I was really intimidated. I'm digressing a little bit, but I think I was really intimidated getting involved and connected with the Tableau community at first, because I felt like to send somebody a private message with some kind of, not faux pas, but like, it was just this intimidation factor. Like, I don't know this person. How are they going to respond? But I've come to learn that like everybody in the Tableau community, message them. If you have questions, if they know something that you want to learn more about, everyone is super responsive from my experience anyways, pretty responsive and willing to kind of pitch in and help. And I think that's the space that we're in, where sharing our knowledge feels like such a gift, right? So if there's somebody in the community that can help answer questions, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to help you in any possible way. So
yeah, I've talked to a couple of former contestants, former finalists, and they've been so helpful and so nice. And I told my husband, I was like, people on Twitter are so nice. I think that's a universal truth.
Right.
I'm just so thankful to be in this like very niche community where there is so much support and encouragement.
yeah,
I really haven't heard, of another software or any product have this kind of like close-knit community at all, which is just so unique.
Yeah, I love that we're on that side of Twitter where it's positive, because I say my husband and I have those same conversations, and I will say, well, I posted a new viz on Twitter and I got all kinds of nice responses. And he's like, that is not Twitter. I'm like, but it is. Okay, it is. So yeah, I think that's fantastic. And then to say, oh, I'm going to go and have dinner with some people that I met online that I've never met in person, but it's not weird because it's Tableau. Like,
yeah, exactly.
There's so like many very unique situations in this community, but I'm starting to learn to lean into that more versus being like, this is odd.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you have any other questions, Danushki, or are we ready for rapid fire?
Yeah, I think we're ready for rapid fire, but just, oh my gosh, Lisa, are you just so excited / nervous, or are you just waiting for your data to jump into it?
Yeah, so I feel like right now is probably the most nerve-wracking part, because
you don't know
what's coming. You don't know what to start looking into or what charts to kind of start,
right,
or whatnot. So yeah, I feel like the kind of unknown factor right now is very nerve-wracking. And so yeah, it's just kind of waiting around. I mean, I definitely, at first when I found out, I was just kind of shocked. I was like, is this really happening? Like, this is not how this was supposed to go. Like, I was just supposed to enter and learn and, meet people in the data fam. And
well, you're going to do all of that. So way to go.
Yeah, thank you.
As you get further into the process, data becomes available. Anything that you need, feel free to. I don't know how I could help, or Danushki.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm offering up anybody that I know.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, okay, lightning rapid fire round. The idea here is just some random fun questions. First thing that comes to the top of your mind.
Okay.
And yeah, so if you're ready,
I'm ready.
The first question. So, who is your favorite person to follow on Tableau Public? This can be somebody that you gain a lot of inspiration or learning from.
Ooh.
You always put people on the spot.
I know, because I feel like there are so many people. Like, I think so. There are two people who come to mind, but they're for very different reasons. One is Zach Geis, and I use his Tableau tips at work more than anyone else on Tableau Public. Like, everything out there, I'm like, this UI experience is just it's fantastic. So I feel like he for sure inspires all of my work at work. I feel like for more like creative fun visits, it's Judith Becker. She's just phenomenal, and everything she puts out is beautiful and flawless. So I feel like those two kind of come to mind, but for very different reasons.
Very good
Definitely.
picks. Yeah, Zach has taught me so much on the server side. I kind of jumped into something, and anyways, I'm supposed to be rapid fire. Okay, see, this is why you do okay, so what would be your ideal topic for the Iron Viz? Let's say you got to pick. Is there a topic or idea that you would have that would be just perfect? And again, maybe this is giving away secrets. I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. Oh gosh, that's hard.
Would it be like TV shows
or
food or?
Yeah, because before Iron Viz started, or before I found out there was finalist and I was actually still doing fun side projects, I had two Vizs that I was working on. One was for a TV show and one was for a movie. So yeah, I guess that's the kind of stuff that I tend to gravitate towards. So anything that I can have fun with. I don't tend to gravitate towards the more serious topics because again, like fun side projects.
Right.
I tend to do things that are more lighthearted. So yeah, I guess TV and movies would probably be right up my alley.
I'm right there with you. What is your favorite Tableau tip? If you have a favorite tip, or like something you've learned that you're like, oh, game changer.
Yeah, like a quick tip.
Quick tip.
People ask me that, and I'm like, I don't think I know any tips, but I feel like it could also be just things that you do.
Like press G for grid lines.
Yeah. This is
selfish because we're like,
boring.
we're learning.
This is probably really boring, but I feel like it's about documentation. It's just adding captions to all of my tabs that I remember what I was doing. Because there were so many times where I go back to dashboards that I worked on earlier in my time at work and there's nothing. And I'm like, what was old Lisa thinking? What was she doing? So it's so hard to like go back and figure out what I was doing on a page. So I feel like just adding those captions and adding those documentations, adding comments wherever I can, but that's like such a boring tip.
Not boring. No, fun little facts.
No, seriously,
I was just recently exploring the last couple of weeks, like metadata on the Tableau server side. And I do believe caption is something I was trying to get at, like, and you can. So that side of documentation, I think is so great. There's other pieces that aren't quite supported by metadata. Okay, digressing. See, Danushki, I'm doing your job. I can't.
You got this, girl. Let's go.
I already read that one. If you could be famous, what would you be famous for?
Ooh, that's tough.
I mean, the next Iron Viz champion could be
that. I guess that would have to be it, right? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, obviously Iron Viz champion. Maybe acting? I don't know.
Okay.
When I was younger, I used to put on a lot of like shows with my best friend. So yeah, maybe acting, but yeah, I never really wanted to be famous. I kind of I'm very introverted, so I really like being in the background and not being the focus of things. So fame is incredibly daunting.
Well, you are about to be put on the spot with two
I
other people.
Like, oh gosh.
It would be like Tableau famous.
Okay, sidebar question. I know, whatever. I'm not doing this right, but that's fine. I'm making up the rules. So would it be better knowing that about yourself that you're going into the Iron Viz virtual versus in person? Do you feel like more comfortable that way, or is that more daunting?
Yes. But it's kind of bittersweet because I feel like, yes, I am so thankful that I don't have to walk onto a stage with fog and lasers and in a crowd. I don't know how I would react to that. I know I've heard other contestants say that you do run throughs and everything, and so by the time you're up there, you're used to it. But that's so scary. So yes, I'm very happy that it's virtual, but also I feel like that's also kind of part of the Iron Viz experience is going through that crazy hype and everything. So it's a little bittersweet, but yes, I think a little sweeter than bitter.
I kind of want to send you a fog machine now so that you don't miss out. We can just like put it on.
I have a fog machine.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Get you some laser beams and a fog
My
machine.
husband and I had a fog machine at our wedding. So I'm no fog.
Yes. Okay. See, we'll recreate.
I could not imagine myself up there on that stage. I feel like I'd be peeing my pants and just literally sweating on the spot.
I'd be the first person to pass out, I'm sure. Yeah. They'd be like, well, I guess she's out because she's on the ground.
She's gone.
Yeah. Like, I just don't think I would handle it very well.
No, I don't think I would either.
We saved the best question for last. Okay, big question. Get ready for this.
Very serious.
What is your go-to cereal?
Oh, cereal? It's so funny. I just had my husband buy Crispix at the store, and he Crispix. I'm like, what do you mean? What are Crispix? They're my favorite cereal.
They're my go-to cereal. How do you
ever eat cereal? So we never have it in the house. But like Chex, but not. She doesn't look like she knows what it is.
I have
no idea what it is.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna Google this as soon as
we're gonna have to check this out. Yeah.
It's like Chex, but it's not. I feel like Chex is kind of puffier, or maybe they're flatter. I don't know. It's
okay.
Like a corn cereal.
It's
Cornflakes? Is it cornflakes?
It's not cornflakes. No.
I'm trying to recall who else did we ask this question? Was it
Probably Zach,
out-
maybe?
I can't remember, but I feel like the only other time we've asked this question, it was like a multi-grain or some kind of.
Oh, that's right. I think it was
cereal.
Christian,
I'm like,
maybe?
where's like the Cocoa Puff world?
If I'm going for like a sugary eat without milk, just like by the handful cereal, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
Yes, totally.
But I can't eat that much sugar for breakfast, so I just get like a sugar crash.
Yeah, I get like sick to my stomach if I eat that much sugar in the
Yeah.
morning, which really stinks. So that just means breakfast for dinner a lot. Well, I think that was the last of our lightning round. Hopefully I did okay. It was so great talking to you. It was great.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We wish you all the luck, and excited for your next steps once the next steps come to you.
Please use the fog machine when they announce your name.
You know what?
Lisa
Like,
Trescott.
regardless if you do or don't, like, it's in my brain now. So as we're watching, I'm going to be like, she was totally sitting in her office chair with fog. I know. Like, even more.
I feel like now I need to bust it out for this.
I think
It's sitting in our garage. So
as you're learning Tableau prep, get yourself like in the mindset.
yeah,
of your
yeah. Maybe for the run-throughs, I'll do it.
Right.
Yeah, you can't have distractions like when you're like live with it, but
I know. Yeah.
awesome.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Lisa. We are incredibly excited to watch you. We will be cheering you on with fog machines and laser beams and balloons over here. So
Thank you so much.
Good luck with your preparations as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.